Welcome back, everyone. Appreciate you stopping in. Doing this part two of my grading submission pre-video. I'll try to link that up in the top right corner, but Lord knows if I'll figure that out. Apologize for the setting. It is what it is. I am not a professional YouTuber. Don't do this often. Hence the weird background. Didn't want to dig something out to make cool. Anyways, I ramble. We got them in. We got to take a look, see if it was worth it. I think I bought about 21 cards ish from my local game store nearby. Someone had brought in their old collection. It was pretty nice, and all of the cards were in great condition for what I would imagine cards this old look like, or your odds of finding them. And they were at a great price too. So I ended up spending, I think, like $435. So I'm not a big profit-driven guy for this hobby. Like, I know that it can be a very toxic part of that. Not thrilled with making it all about money. But for the sake of the video, I will put this up because when I bought them to justify spending $430 to myself, it was if I got them graded and they were graded high like I thought they would be, they'd be nice to hold on to because you can't find them very often, and they would be well worth the upfront initial investment. So let's find out if that is correct. And we'll get started here with the first one. Feraligatr from Expedition, near mint 7. Didn't really like the grade on this one because the holo is clean, and for me, that is the biggest thing that I look for. I know that I'm maybe in the minority there. It's just got a little bit of whitening here, a little bit of whitening there, in the corners, I guess. So I get it, that, you know, that is something that people look at. But if the holo is clean and it looks really nice, then, you know, I think it should be like an 8. I would like it to be a 9. But anyways, I digress. Sorry for the rant. Here we go. Suicune, Neo Revelation, holo. This is where I found out the damage of print lines. I had heard it kind of, you know, takes like 1 point off. I thought it was 1 point total. It must be 1 point for each one, because the rest of this card is in great condition. But I say great loosely, I guess, for some sticklers out there with these tiny white dots in the corner. You have to let me know down in the comments if you've had this type of grading experience where it seems like, or maybe if this your opinion matches mine, that these little white dots on the corner shouldn't make it a 7. But this one has print lines, so there is no, and I'm struggling to have you see that. I think I found it better in my other video, but you can see it there. Again, same deal. Thought it was pretty good. A little bummed it's a 7. 7's my favorite number though, so that's okay. I will have the prices paid for and the value, including grading, for a total profit at the end. And as this video goes on, better than just keep talking about it. But all these cards were not very expensive. 20, 15, 20, 25. The first one, that Neo Expedition, or sorry, not Neo, just the Expedition Feraligatr, was my most expensive at 45. Another print line, Fiend, which apparently is the kiss of death with these grading companies, or at least with PSA. It is what it is. I don't necessarily... So print lines, okay, I will say that. That is on the holo, and I can see why that is graded harshly. Legendary Collection, Reverse Foil Tentacruel, near mint 8. Little whiting in the corner here. I wanted to get this card because I did not have any Legendary Collection reverse holos, and this was the cheapest one. So it's not the coolest by any means. It was $20, but Rocket Sneasel EX, this one pretty Pretty valuable card. I was surprised, but I do love the EX silver borders. And this was in great condition, obviously. It turned out to be a 9. So, very nice pickup. I think that one only cost me, 20 bucks. And Erica's Venusaur, Japanese, hollow, PSA 8. Again, we got a swirl in the corner, flawless hollow, no scratches, which is very nice. And we're looking at basically nothing on the back. I mean, I can't be the only one that struggles sometimes with these ones that I feel so arbitrary, like this one as well. No scratches on the hollow. Oh, sorry, I lied. I did not see that. Nice first edition though. 7, it is what it is. There's some whiting in there. This probably got what it deserved. It's not a high dollar card. None of these really are. So this isn't like a life or death for me. But you just want them to be nice. You know, you want a 9. You don't want to get 7s. First edition hollow. Dark Hypno. Very cool card. This one graded out well. A little whiting in the corner, but not bad. And this was a fun one to find. Tyranitar first edition from Expedition. Japanese set. It'd be nice to have it in English, but way too expensive, I think. Could be wrong on that too, so don't quote me. That one was $35. That was the second most expensive one. Now, if someone finds in the comments that this one in English goes for like $45, then I will probably not be thrilled about that. But it is a first edition Japanese, which helps. A nice mint 9 Tyranitar for Neo Discovery. This always had a spot in my heart. I always remembered this card. This one was so nice to pull. Tyranitar was an awesome Gen 2 Pokemon that I have a lot of memories with when I was a kid. This one I picked out because it was super clean and I like the hollow pattern on there. It's kind of cool. Cool drawing, cool artistry here. First edition Expedition Butterfree. It's a 9. It's not bad. I've always loved this Slowking card. Again, this is one that brings me back to when I would open them as a kid, but this has some scratches, and I did see that. I believe in that video I probably called that out, a little bit of whiting in the corner. So an 8 I can agree with on that, and you know, that's okay. It is what it is. And I loved this card growing up too. In the actual English. I don't believe I ever owned it in the Japanese, but I found this one too, good condition. An 8, I am finding it hard. Maybe up there's a little scratch on the hollow, I guess. Maybe that's it, because the back is very clean. So if anything, it must have been the front on that top left corner, so it is what it is. We'll take the 8. A 9 out of the Japanese Expedition first edition. I like the artwork on this card too. Love the shine. Got to get some e-readers. And first edition, that's nice. Again, not a game-changing card per se, but I liked it. It was 15 bucks. Did just fine. This one was a stinker here for me, but I get it now. I mean, the more I look at these, the more I scrutinize this. These scratches in the hollows here, they are apparently more damaging than I thought. I mean, it isn't that good of a hollow with the scratches. Like, I will agree to that. I guess now I just kind of have to learn that even just a little bit on there can make it a 6, because the back, I don't think it had too many issues. So learning experience for me as well, and that's kind of why I'm doing this too. I've went and got back into the hobby a lot, and just kind of like my first submission, excuse the dog hair on all this. So it's me learning a little bit about what I send in and what can I expect out of it. And I know they grade these vintage cards a little tougher. So getting a 10 here was really nice from the Japanese basic first set here, holo. So that's really nice because that card was $15. Jungle, no symbol error. Jolteon, very cool. It was really fun finding that card because finding these cards is one thing, but finding the error cards is another, and then finding one in an 8 was very exciting. And I know that they're not, the no symbol isn't like the rarest thing in the world, but it is kind of cool to have an error card and a vintage one like that. This one wasn't in the video prior. This is one that I sent in. I didn't even open the pack or the cellophane around it. I sent it in as is. So it must be the centering that made it a 9, I guess. I thought they had a little leeway. I guess I was reaching a little bit for that to be a 10. So it is what it is. This is a nice 10. This is Ultra Shiny GX Shiny Rayquaza Full Art from the Sun and Moon set. You'll probably recognize it as a promo in Hidden Fates for one of the boxes there, but this in Japanese is an SSR, so it is a little bit more difficult to pull. Not that I'm sure that that'll increase the value over time. I don't know that, but it was a nice pickup. I paid $97 for it, but glad I could get a 10. This is a Full Art Marnie, very popular card, worth a lot in Japanese, but this is Korean, so we'll see how that plays out. They have the same backs, as you can see, as the American cards. Not sure that that really makes a difference to me if I'm buying it, but I don't make the rules, so still a good find though. We pulled that, my brother and I, out of our Shiny Star V boxes. Kind of the first time we really got into Pokemon. I think it was actually the first boxes we opened. Here's a Ruby and Sapphire Mewtwo EX. This one I was bummed about, I'll be honest. I like Mewtwo, I like this card. It's got a swirl. I can see a little bit of the scratches on this holo. It's not egregious, but it's not good. I mean, these are, I guess it's just the nature of EXs with these silver borders. They're a lot easier scratched, hard to keep good condition, but the back, maybe a tad, like a little dot of whitening there, little dot of whitening there. I guess I don't know if that's part of it or not. Maybe I have to look back at the other video, but I don't know. I guess I would have liked a 7. 6 seems kind of harsh. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. Again, grading noob, so not the best judge of whether that's right or wrong. Neo Destiny Light Arcanine Holo PSA 8. Really liked this one. Again, bummed it wasn't a 9 because it is perfect holo, no scratches. I guess there's a little bit of whitening in the corner there and there, but those two spots are it. So I thought it deserved a 9. I'll be honest, and I love this card, so I was really hoping it would. Again, if you got any grading experience, please let me know in the comments if this Light Arcanine should be there as a 9 or an 8. It is what it is now, and maybe I'll crack it. Who knows? But we'll see. And then getting the 7 on this. Again, holo pattern is pristine, no problems. Very nice card. Thought it would get better grade than a 7, but I also didn't see that nick there, or maybe I chose to ignore it in the whitening here. So yeah, okay, that should have got a 7. Forget what I'm talking about. This is sports, non-Pokemon, but I'm a Minnesota Twins, Minnesota Vikings, Minnesota everything fan. Bought this Buxton card, my first actually baseball submission or sports card submission, so getting a 10 out of that was very cool, and hopefully he has a killer year, and so do the Twins, and they make the World Series and live happily ever after. Anyways, thank you again for coming by, everyone. I do have some more cards coming in. Did a joint submission with my brother as well, so there will be more of these. Maybe I'll try to do some openings or whatever, but I need to get the cameras and everything straightened out. Not any huge rush, but just wanted to share this with whoever is confused about grading, wants to know a little bit more, and share my experience with it. So again, if you like this, do the thing, like, comment, whatever. But again, appreciate you watching if you did watch. Let me know your thoughts. Have a good one.